So what actual evidence is there to support the idea that humans and dinosaurs coexisted? One piece of evidence is that the Bible accurately describes sauropods, and thus we're told this indicates first-hand observations of living dinosaurs. As the ICR continues, quote, "The Book of Job refers to a creature called Behemoth. With a massive size and a tail like a cedar tree, its description matches that of a sauropod dinosaur," end quote. Some archaeological evidence is a rock carving in Utah which purportedly shows a sauropod dinosaur. The ICR writes the following, quote, "Underneath a spectacular rock formation in Natural Bridges National Monument in Utah is a rock carving that resembles a sauropod dinosaur. The petroglyph has been presented as evidence supporting the biblical creation model prediction that man and dinosaurs live together," end quote. Here we see a picture of this alleged sauropod drawing, courtesy of answers in Genesis.org. I don't see why anybody should be impressed by either this Bible passage or this rock carving. The most uncreative person in world history could imagine a large beast with 4 legs and a tail. It's such a generic organism. I challenge you to think of something less original than that. It can't be done. The fact that somebody drew this or wrote about this doesn't mean that they saw it with their own eyes and coexisted with it. Maybe they were just using their imagination to conjure up an image of a massive, terrifying beast. Or maybe they stumbled across some fossilized dinosaur bones. They saw how huge they were, and they drew the obvious conclusion that it came from a large animal. There's good reason to believe that many ancient stories or mythological creatures originated in precisely this way. As we read in Prehistoric Life, Evolution and the Fossil Record, by Bruce Lieberman and Roger Kaesler, quote, "Interest in fossils and knowledge of paleontology certainly extends back to the time of the ancient Greeks, around 400 BCE. We know this because there were ancient Greeks who wrote on this topic. The Greek countryside contains fossil remains of immense animals that once walked the earth. There was a natural desire to explain what these bones represented. Typically, what the ancient Greeks did was fit the bones into their myths, or use their myths to explain the occurrence of gigantic bones," end quote. And what kind of a shitty dinosaur drawing is this anyway? The head is way too big, the legs are way too short, the tail is way too thick, and it's inaccurately depicted as dragging on the ground. I'd love to see what kind of fucked up inbred dinosaurs were apparently romping around 5,000 years ago. If you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. What could the remaining dinosaurs do after the flood except inbreed with each other? Maybe this drawing is completely accurate, and the dinosaurs back then were just miserably deformed. Or maybe, just maybe, the biologically inaccurate features of this rock carving, especially the dragging tail, make clear that whoever was responsible did not observe living dinosaurs with his own eyes. The creationist argument becomes even less tenable when you discover that the researchers who have studied this petroglyph don't believe that it originally depicted what we see it as today. As we read in an article on livescience.com, quote, "The researchers found the neck and head of dinosaur 1 are a composite of 2 separate petroglyphs, while the legs appear to be just stains. I wonder if, during the process of weathering, chemicals from the man-made etched part drip down to form the legs," Center said. "Lots of mineral stains are all over the canyon that contains Kachina Bridge," end quote. And here we see what these researchers say was actually carved in dark gray, and what's merely the result of staining in light gray. But again, even if this creature was intentionally carved into the rock and did resemble a sauropod, this doesn't mean that humans and sauropods coexisted less than 6,000 years ago. I'm on Patreon. There's a link in the description if you'd like to support my content. I would really appreciate it. There's also social media links in there if you want to follow me there. I'm trying to build up some of those followings. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more videos if you haven't already. Hit the bell. Hit the like button, post a fucking comments, all that fun stuff that's standard on YouTube. You know the fucking drill. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.